Hey there guys, what's up? So today is the video that everyone's been waiting for. I know you've just not been able to sleep or anything because you've been waiting for this video. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, today's video is the Samsung Galaxy S3 versus the Galaxy Nexus. So this is a video I've been really excited to make because both of these phones are amazing. I mean, they're probably my favorite phones that I've ever used. I actually just got the Galaxy S3 a few days ago, and I've been using it as my daily driver, just playing around with it, and so far it's really cool. There are a few things that I would improve on, which hopefully will come from the developer community in the future, but I'll talk about that in the video. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so the first thing you'll probably notice about the two phones, let me just move back here a little bit, is the Galaxy S3 is a bit bigger. The screen is just a little bit bigger than the Galaxy S3. The Galaxy S3 has a 4.8 Super AMOLED screen, which is beautiful for watching movies, playing games, etc. But before the Galaxy S3, my Galaxy Nexus with its 4.65-inch screen, it's still amazingly big, much bigger than, say, the iPhone or the Thunderbolt or any other regular device. So the screens both are really big, and they're both Super AMOLED screens, so they are both very vivid and very nice to look at. I should probably have turned off the time off, but anyway, whatever. Okay, so the second thing you'll probably notice if you have both of these in your hand is the Galaxy S3 is a bit lighter than the Galaxy Nexus. Galaxy Nexus is actually 4.76 ounces, while the Galaxy S3 is 4.69 ounces. So it's not a huge difference, but you can feel it if you have it both in your hand at the same time. But they are both very beautiful phones. One thing that I do want to complain about on the Galaxy S3 that I do love on the Galaxy Nexus, the back of the phone, if you can see, it has ridges. It's very, very nice in your hands. You feel like you won't drop it. This is actually just plastic right here, and it is beautiful and it is reflective, which it's very nice, but it makes you feel a little insecure. You feel like you could drop it very easily compared to the Galaxy Nexus, which just fits in your hand perfectly, and those ridges just makes you, it's a better grip, I'd say, on the phone. So that is a plus for the Galaxy Nexus. I really do love that. I guess what we can talk about next is, let's pop off the back here for both of the phones. Okay, so about the back, I popped off the back here on both phones so you can see what it looks like. So the battery on the Galaxy S3 is actually a 2100 milliamp battery with a talk time of 10 hours, which is pretty nice. A little bit low, but that's okay. The Galaxy Nexus is actually a 1750 milliamp battery with a talk time of about 17 hours. So I can guarantee that it does last a little bit longer than the Galaxy S3, but that may just be because of the TouchWiz interface or because the processor is a little more amped up on the S3, which is pretty nice. But both are very nice phones. The battery life is very awesome in both of them. So let's talk about the processor. The processor, like I just said, is a little bit amped up on the Galaxy S3. It's actually a 1.5 dual-core Snapdragon S4 processor, I believe. Yes, S4, Snapdragon S4, which is the new Snapdragon processor. It's very snappy. You really see no lag in the phone at all. The Galaxy Nexus is actually a dual-core 1.2 gigahertz Ti OMAP processor. When I did have a lot of applications on here, it actually did feel a little bit slower, but that was also in Ice Cream Sandwich. Since I've installed, I'm actually running Gingerbread, Jelly Bean, like I showed you in my last video, and it actually is very snappy now. You can just see, you can't really see too much on here, but it is very snappy and it works very nice. So that might just be something with software. And when Jelly Bean fully comes out, I'm sure that will fix that problem. Or it just may be because I had too much crap on there. Another thing that you'll notice on the Galaxy Nexus and the Samsung Galaxy S3 is there is no spot for an SD card on the Nexus device. That's actually true for all the Nexus devices. The Nexus 1, the Nexus S, neither of those two had a SD card slot, and that holds true also for the Galaxy Nexus. It is kind of sad, which means you're capped at a 32 gigabyte limit, because that's the maximum you can get with the Galaxy Nexus. The Galaxy S3 can actually go up to 64 gigs in SD card, and this is also the 32 gigabyte option, so you can get a lot of space on this phone. Not that you'll probably need it on a phone, but it is very nice to have. Let's talk about the two cameras on here. I will put some just pictures which you can see a comparison of the two cameras. The Galaxy S3 has a 8 megapixel camera that's capable of shooting 30 frame per second, 1080p HD video. It doesn't have a zero shutter lens like the Galaxy Nexus does, but it's still very quick. The Galaxy Nexus has a 5 megapixel camera that's capable of shooting 1080p HD and 30 frames per second as well. The pictures are quite a bit better on the Galaxy S3, obviously, because it is a 8 megapixel camera. That is the one downside I've always seen to Nexus devices, is the camera quality is never as good as a subsidized device. But I guess that's just the trade-off you get for being on the bleeding edge with software updates for the Nexus devices. So that is one thing that is a little better on the Galaxy Nexus, and another thing that's better on the Galaxy S3. Both phones are near-field communication enabled, as you can see right there. So they have the tap to share, which is very nice. Share pictures, share contact information, pay using Google Wallet, which I think is only available for Sprint, unless you've rooted your device, I believe. I'm not totally sure. They're both rooted, so I haven't tried it. Like I said previously, the Galaxy Nexus does have Android 4.1 Jelly Bean out. Not to the general public, but you can find it pretty much anywhere in any developer sites such as XDA or RootsWiki. So let's just go in here and show you. So as you can see, it does show right here, Android 4.1. So Jelly Bean is very nice. It has some awesome features, and it's very, very smooth compared to Ice Cream Sandwich. The next thing I will show you is, this is, of course, Android 4.04, which is Ice Cream Sandwich. It has not been, they don't have any third-party ROMs yet available that are based off of the Android open source project, which is a little sad because I do enjoy using vanilla software, which is of course what the Jelly Bean, I keep saying gingerbread, but so this is of course 4.04. And it of course is using the TouchWiz interface, the new version from Samsung. So I'll just show you here. Turn on the screen. There's a little. That's pretty cool, right? It's kind of when Google introduced the new animation when you turn off the screen. It's pretty cool. Really, that is pretty much all I wanted to show you about the hardware of the phones. So now I'll just talk about some other cool things that both of the phones have. Of course, the Galaxy Nexus, I've said this before, but the Galaxy Nexus is a developer device, so it's always going to get the latest software updates first. When Jelly Bean comes out, it is going to come to the Galaxy Nexus first. It doesn't have any modifications from carriers, other than I think Verizon does have some updates, some apps on theirs, but I believe you can remove them. I'm not sure, I don't have Verizon anymore. So that is a big plus. If you want to be on the bleeding edge of software updates, you probably want the Galaxy Nexus, unless you're going to install third-party ROMs such as Cyanogen or any of the other Android open source project ROMs. So if you're going to use that, you'll definitely want the Galaxy Nexus. The Galaxy S3, it does have Corning's, I think it's Corning, Gorilla Glass 2, which is very strong glass. I have seen it stand up to some very tough falls, so that is a big plus, because I know phones can be very fragile. You take them everywhere, so if you are afraid of dropping your phone, you definitely don't want to drop it. But it'll probably stand up a little bit better than the Galaxy Nexus, although the Galaxy Nexus may or may not have been dropped a few times and is still in very good condition. So both phones are very well built. So let's go on to the phones themselves now, so I can show you some just cool stuff in both of them. Alright, so as I said, I will show you some just cool stuff in the phones individually now. Starting with the oldest device, which is the Galaxy Nexus. Oldest, it's only a few months old. But anyway, so like I told you, this is running Jelly Bean currently, so you have to understand this isn't the currently installed operating system in all the Galaxy Nexuses, only if you've already installed it yourself. So as you can see, it is very zippy. That's part of Project Butter, which is coming in Jelly Bean. I actually just installed this, so there's not really too much on the device. This is the menu. They have changed the navigation, as I showed in my last video, so that's kind of cool. And oh, another cool feature is Google Now, which I did not show in my last video, and I do regret that, because Google Now does look very cool. They have a voice thing, such as where you can ask it questions like Siri. So, I don't have any Wi-Fi right now. The internet is actually out, so can't really do too much on there. But Google Now, you probably did see it, I/O 2012, and it does give you a lot of options. It learns as you use it, so if you're, like they showed an example of, if you go to the gym every day at lunchtime, it will learn and tell you how long you have to get to the gym. If you're going on a plane ride, it'll tell you if the flight is delayed. It's very smart. It learns as you use it. Kind of scary, kind of cool. But I can't wait to try it out. So hopefully it will come to the Galaxy S3 as well when they bring Jelly Bean out. Yes. Okay. So like I said, I really don't have too much to show you on the Galaxy Nexus or the Galaxy S3, but I will just bring that phone up here for a minute. I did show you the cool little ripple effect as you open the phone. And of course, this is the TouchWiz interface. It's very cool. I really do prefer vanilla software still, but it is very nice. They were saying originally you won't need to root your device or anything because of how intuitive the new TouchWiz interface is and all the features it has. It does have a Siri-like thing called S-Voice. And of course I have airplane mode enabled, so that won't work right now. But there's not too much I wanted to show you on here because I'm sure you've seen many reviews of the phone. I just really wanted to give you a quick hardware demonstration of the two devices and show you the ups and downs to both devices, which I believe I've done. So really, if you have any other questions, just feel free to post a comment below or send me a message or join the forums or write me a letter or whatever you'd like to do. I'm just kidding, but anyway, if you have any questions, leave me a comment and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. Like I said, the internet is out right now, unfortunately, so it might take me a while to upload this video. But anyway, thank you for watching. Like always, please give this video a thumbs up if it helps you in the least, and subscribe. I will see you in the next video, which probably will be something to do with the Galaxy S3, or the Firefox video that I'm supposed to do with Topper. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching like always. See you later. Have a great day.